Section 4.1, place value. We're playing with decimals. The whole chapter is about decimals. So question 1, place value. I'm not going to do that. Question 2, arranging numbers in order of size, grade F. Let's just do one of anyway. If I do question 2C, I've got to put these in order. So 0.096, I want to do them as a list. 0.35, 0.46, 0.64, and 0.421. Right, first basic misconceptions. 0.421 appears to be bigger than 0.64 because your mind may read that as 421. You know it's not 421. We have 4 tenths, 2 hundredths, 1 thousandth. Alright, so as I said under Unit 1, it's best to fill up with zeros so you don't play tricks on your own brain. Look at that. Now you can see 640 beats 421. Alright, you can see that, let's have a look. 460 beats 421 because the 6 is greater than the 2 in the hundredths column. Now we can just arrange it in order. By the way, the background is of Weymouth Harbour, looking quite cloudy, but in the summer, imagine it's absolutely beautiful out there, especially if you take a boat ride across the harbour there and out into the sea. That's Weymouth for you, okay? Go there. Now, in order of size, let's have a look. That's the babyest, so put that one first. 09, 0.1s, no 0.1s, any 0.2s, no, any 0.3s, yes, that one's next. Any 0.4s, we've got 0.46 and a 0.42. Well, 0.42 is smaller than 0.46, so that'll be third. And that's the other 0.41, 0.460, and that'll write down fourth, and that'll be last. Alright, so now in order, I've got 0.096, followed by 0.35. Don't put the 0, that wasn't in the original question. And then we're going to go by 0.421, then we're going to get 0.46, again no 0 required, and last of all 0.64, and that's essentially place value, grade F. Put these in order of size with the lowest first. I'm not going to do that. Oh, by the way, question 2 does say put it in order starting with the highest first. So if you write these the other way around, so if you put that one there first, for example, and this one last, and then that'll be fine. Never mind. The thing is that you understand how to do this for yourself. Write down the value of the 2 in these numbers. So question 4, still at grade F, playing with place value. So these are the numbers. I've got 2.7. I've got 1.237. I've got 216.4. I've got 723.46. It's getting boring now. 21.714. Let's do the last one. 7432. 7432.1. Let's stop. That's good enough. Right then, what's the value of the 2? 2 units. Right, we're in the units column. What's the value of the 2? Well, we're in the first place after the decimal points, so that's 2 tenths. And what's the value of the 2 there? We'll just say the number, 216, 200. What's the value of the 2 there? And listen to yourself speak, 723, so that's worth 20. 2 tens. Okay, let's just call that 200, physically write it down. 2 tens, that's going to be 20. Here, 21.714, 21, that's 2 tens, we're in the tens column, so that's going to be 20, and 7,432, well that's 2 units, otherwise known as 2. Okay, let's put the 2 up there as well. That's good enough, isn't it? I'm not going to do any more on place value, but I will do rounding. It's worth its own video, but this has been quite short, so let's just move on to rounding. I think we did decimal places in Unit 1 as well, but since this topic is called, what's it called now? We did numbers and statistics, now we're doing algebra and numbers, so you're bound to get some numbers, aren't you? Alright, so yeah, so we've got number and statistics, first unit, and second unit, numbers and algebra, or algebra and numbers, so numbers will figure very highly. Round these off to nearest whole number, I'm not doing that. Nearest 10, nearest 100, I'm not going to do that either. 1 decimal place. Okay, let's do grade F. Rounding things off to 1 decimal place. Just want to remind you how to do that. Let's work in bright yellow. Here we go. 3.72, 1 decimal place. So remember, from unit 1, you chop it down the middle there and say what the 2 does to the 7. Well, it won't do anything because it's 5 or more, push it up. So the answer is going to be 3.7 to 1 decimal place. Let's just work across the page. 8 points. Okay, I'm not doing these in order, I'm just doing these across the page. So this is actually 4E. Right, 1 decimal place, chop. What will the 2 do to the 7? Absolutely nothing. So I'm left with 8.7 to 1 decimal place. Pick this other one over here. Let's just do F. F is 6.364, 1 decimal place. Will the 6 push the 3 up to a 4? Yes, it will, because 6 is 5 or more. We'll push it up. So I've got 6 points. Well, that's going to be 4 now, isn't it? To 1 decimal place. Working down the page, 0.754. It's what the 5 would do to the 7. Will it push it up? Yes, it will. 5 or more. So it's 0.8 to 1 decimal place. Next one, 230.31. 1 decimal place, chop. Okay, don't be fooled by all that. There's the decimal point there. There's the 3/10. There's the 1/100th. It's what the 1 would do to the 3. The answer won't do anything at all. So 230.3, and that's to 1 decimal place again. I want to do the next one. I. It's 49.96. Oh, I wrote too many 9s in my way. 49.96. It's what the 6 would do to 9. Would it push it up? Yes, it will push it up to a, not a 9, but a 10. So it will take this 9/10 into 10/10. In other words, we've gained another unit there. So our answer is going to be 50.0. Again, it insists on 1 decimal place. Therefore, you must write the 0.0 there. Okay, study that one again. The 6 will push the 9/10 up to 10/10, and 10/10 is of course 1. If you add 1 onto this 9, do a quick addition sum. 0 plus carry the 1, 50. But don't forget, 0.0 must be there because they insist on 1 decimal place accuracy. Any more for any more? Yes, I think I'll do K up here. It says 0.092, 1 decimal place, so we just chop it after the first decimal place. What will the 9 do to the 0? Well, 5 or more, push him up. Let's push him up then. So 0 becomes a 1. That's 1 decimal place, and that's enough. I'm now going to do some 2DPs and 3DPs. So here I go. 74.2387. 2 decimal places. 1, 2, chop. What will the 8 do to the 3? Well, it's going to push him up because 5 or more push it up. So 74 stays put, the 2 stays put, but the 3 gets upgraded to a 4, or rather rounded up to the 4, and I've used 2 decimal places of accuracy on that one. It wants me to do 3DP as well, so I may as well use the same one and do them next to each other. So that's the original as it was. I want 3 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, and chop it there. Then ask yourself, will the 7 push the 8 up to a 9? Yes, it will, because it's got to be 5 or more. So I've got 74.239. Okay, the 8 goes up to a 9, and that's 3 decimal places of accuracy. Do one more, I suppose, and then we're going to move on. I'll do 2DP and 3DP for this one. It's the last one. This is question 5, the 6th one. So 19.3476. 2 decimal places. 1, 2, chop. 7 push the 4 up to a 5. 19.35. 2DP. And last of all, rewrite it and go for 3 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3. Look at what the 6 would do to the 7. The 4th place to the 3rd place, it will push it up. That's 5 or more. We have 19. Done the one, haven't I? We have 19.348, and that's to 3 decimal place accuracy. Stop there. Let's just turn over the page. These are one significant figure. Now, one significant figure is about having one key important figure. Again, we've done these before, I believe, in Unit 1. So 127 centimetres, ignore the unit. The choice is I can call that 200 using one significant figure, or I can call it 100 to one significant figure. Your choice is which one is the correct one to one significant figure. Would you call 127 100, or would you call it 200? Well, it's a lot nearer to 100 than 200, so that's correct to one significant figure. So that equals 100 to one significant figure. Alright, next one. Working in yellow, just do a few of these only. I've got 284. The choice is take it up to 300 or drop it back down to 200. I'm sure you can see that 284 is nearer to 300, so that's the one we want. So 284 is 300 to one significant figure. That's barely visible, I'm sure. Anyway, let's go back to yellow. Do another one. I've got 109.347. Don't be fooled by it. They still want 1 SF. You drop it all the way back down to 100 using one figure, and since we're in the hundreds, the next place to go is 200. So as you can see, we're very, very close to 100. We're nowhere near 200, so therefore we're looking at 100 rounded off to one significant figure. Right, I want to do this one just over here. It says 0.77214. Alright, so one significant figure. Don't call it 0. It's not 0. The choice is we're going to go all the way down to 0.7. It says 0.7 there, or we can take it up to 0.8. Look, we're looking at one figure there, one figure there. Admittedly, it's to one decimal place, but the question asks about significant figures. We don't count that 0 there or there as significant. Now, if we're looking at one significant figure, we're going to look at what this 7 does to that 7. Of course, the 7 is 5 or more, we'll push it up to 8. Therefore, 0.77214 is nearer to 0.8 to 1 SF and not to 0.7. I think I can write it there. So we're looking at 0.8 bracket 1 SF. Let's hope that fits. That'll do.